Hello, welcome to Shadat Sir classes. I'm Dr. Shajaruddin, Assistant Professor Shri Vaishnav College, Aligarh, and I'm going to discuss today a very well-known topic of Russian short story, The Lament, and it is prescribed in BA English Language Semester First as per the new education policy 2020. As the title suggests, the lament, it is also called the misery. It is a Russian short story of a well-known writer Anton Chekhov. It is a story about an old man named Iona Potapov, whose young boy has died this week, and he is full of sorrow. He has no one to tell his grief, how much he feels for his son, and uh, what uh, uh, what about his life, what is going on in his life. He tried to say all these things to anyone, but unfortunately, there is no one to listen to him. So let's start the story. In the evening before dinner, a heavy snowfall comes in. A thick layer of snow on roofs, on horses' back, on the shoulders of people, and on the street lights lamps. Iona Potapov, who is the cab driver, is looking like a ghost because of this snow. He is bent double on his box seat and waiting for a fare. Fare means waiting for a fare. Fare means a passenger. He is waiting for a passenger to feed his horse and himself. He is in deep sorrow because of the unexpected death of his young boy this week. He is not moving. It seems that he is not shake of the snow fall on him. His horse is also motionless. It appears like a gingerbread horse worth kopeck. Kopeck means a penny, worth no penny. It is a Russian concept of money. The horse and Iona, both lost in deep thoughts, care less about this world. Iona and his horse did not move from their places for a long time because they did not get a fare. They did not get any passenger to reached about. Suddenly, he hears a cry, "Cabby!" He jumps up and he sees his snow covered eyes lashes, sees an officer, a great coat with a great coat and a hood on his head. He said, "We go way." That means he want to go to Vigor, Viborg. Iona nodded and puts, pulls the rein of his horse and made noise to encourage his horse to go. His horse, who is dreaming, now ready to go to the Viborg. The officer seated in the sleigh, a, a place where the passengers sit in a carriage. Iona stretches his neck, and hit his horse with the whip and make a motion. They move undecidedly. Then suddenly he hears, "What are you doing, you werewolf?" From the anyone from the mass, he hears this voice because he is running on wrong side. They start again, and then, "Where the devil are you going?" "Right, keep to the right," said the officer angrily. A coachman from the private carriage calls him with names, and other who rubs his nose from the horse says bad words to Iona because the snow rubs on his hand. The officer makes fun of Iona because they all collided with his horse only. Finding opportunity, Iona turns his back to the officer and said, "My son Barin died this week, sir." "But how?" The officer replies, but he does not heed him properly. Suddenly a voice came, "Old doggy, use your eyes. Go fast, otherwise we will not be there by tomorrow," said the officer. Several times, Iona tries to turn his back to the officer to tell what had happened, but he was not willing to listen to him. Iona wants to tell how his son had died and how he is feeling now, and he wants to tell his grief to the officer, but all is vain because the officer in hurry and he doesn't care for what is going inside the mind of Iona. All the way, Iona drops the officer to the Viborg. He stops by the tavern and bundle himself on his seat again. After a time, after a after 2 hours, at least 2 hours, the three young men, two of them were tall and lanky. Lanky means a thin and tall. And the third one is short and humpbacked. Humpbacked means a kubla. Uh, the three young men, two were tall and one was short. The short one called cabby to the police bridge. They want to go to police bridge, and we will pay you 20 rupees. In Russian, they say two grivniks. Grivniks. In Russian, they say two grivniks. Grivniks means 2 grivniks means 20 rupees. Iona agreed, and he again picks his rein and signal his horse. They started again towards the police bridge. Iona thought that 20 rupees were less, but he did not mind because he needed a passenger and someone to tell his grief because he had a grief in his heart for a week. and no one is to tell these feelings. All three were using bad language. All were using bad language and calling the names. The drunken, the three drunken youth abusing them, and one of them standing near Iona's neck. The short man said, "Come on, the driver. What is your hat? Where did you buy from? Such a bad hat will not be found in the whole of Petersburg." Iona laughed and said, "Just bought it, sir. There is nothing to be proud of. If so, then drive past. Will all the roads go the same way? Or should I put on a strong one on your neck? I have a got headache. I shouldn't have offered 4 bottles with vodka," said the tallest boy. "You are more liar than a leader." The next boy encountered him. Hearing their conversation, Iona said, "Be happy and have fun. Now shut up and drive the car carefully." Iona listened silently and watched the people passing by in the light of street lamps. After some time, when three of them had calmed down, Iona seized the opportunity and said, "This week my son has died." The short statue boy said, "Everyone has to die one day. You drive the car. By when will it be delivered?" "Hurry, you old man. Hurry up." Iona heard and felt a strong punch on his neck. Yes, friends. God bless you. He is happy. Iona is happy because he has someone to share his grief, that lessen his grief so far. "Are you married, old man?" the tall boy asked. "Me? My wife is swile." "Ha ha ha ha. Graveyard. My son is dead and I'm alive. It is strange, man. Strange." Iona turned back to narrate the whole story of his son's death, but the man of the short stature said happily, "Let's reach. Take your money." Iona was alone again. He had nothing but his silence with him. Grief goes from the heart for a while, then comes back with double strength and pieces his heart. "Let's go to the stable," said Iona to his horse. Iona thought, with the amount of money that has come, even one day bread cannot be bought. It is over, man, over. The carman, a young boy lying outside the stable, got up and began to extend his hand towards the pot of water. "Will you drink water?" asked Iona. "Yes." Hello, welcome back. to the story The Lament. Now, continuing the story, Iona, Iona said that you're a lucky boy because you're enjoying the life. But listen, friend, my my son has died this week. Iona turns to the coachman to see the effect of his words, but the coachman or the car boy covered his face and slapped. It has been a week since his son died, but till now he had not found anyone who could talk to his son's illness, his death, his funeral. Iona daughter Anicia is in the village. He wanted to talk about her also. Iona thought of going to see his horse. Going outside, he asked him, "What are you chewing? We have a dry grass today, but someday I will bring gram for you because today we did not earn enough money. If my son had lived, he would feed you more than me," he said. Iona remained silent for some time and then told all his story, all the things he has in his mind to his horse, carrying him, telling him all his grief, because he has no one to tell his grief. Now, see, friends, there is no one in this world. The people don't care for others because this world is a modernistic world where we are alone. The case, as the case with Iona, we have our own griefs and sorrows, we have our problems, but there is no one to tell your problems in this modern world. As in the story, we can see the officer, the private coachman, the people from the dark passes comments to Iona, but they did not help him to lessen his burden by listening his grief. No one is to listen him. The story tells the differences, indifference of modern man to other human beings. The tone of this story is pathetic. I hope you like this story. If you like this story, please subscribe my channel and wait for the next stories and next story and other things which will be delivered according to semester first.